Transnational cinema is the movement that connects people and institutions across geographical borders. Through uniting people across the globe by allowing them to share different views and perspectives, it gives us the possibility through new technology to see people's stories from across the globe through visual media. Transnational cinema is about filming the movement of travel and letting people share their thoughts and ideas through the art of cinema. In this video essay, the two films that will be compared and analysed in great depth will be the fiction film Slumdog Millionaire and the documentary film Wasteland. Wasteland is set in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil and was directed by a British director, Lucy Walker. The film focuses on Brazilian artist Vic Muniz, who travels to the world's largest landfill, Jardim Gramacho, to give a lively group of waste pickers a chance to aspire for a better future. Wasteland gives the Brazilians in the documentary the opportunity to give audiences an insight to what their lives as waste pickers are like. Both of these films use transnational cinema to showcase global and local issues such as poverty and crime to raise awareness to diverse audiences. Slumdog Millionaire was directed by British filmmaker Danny Boyle, which stars British actor Dev Patel. It is based on a book by an Indian writer, Vikas Swarup, and is set in India. Slumdog Millionaire can be categorized as a transnational film as it unites British and Indian filmmakers in the production and creation of the film. The film is based around the British television show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Poverty is a global issue that affects all nations. Wasteland and Slumdog Millionaire highlight the theme of poverty in particular ways, such as giving the audiences an insight of the favelas in Brazil and the slums in India. The children of Slumdog Millionaire get represented as Boyle as vigorous. Watching them fend for themselves and having to mature quickly by being forced into getting a job at a young age clearly demonstrates the social issues rising in that region. The lifestyle that the children are forced into is degrading, as they have to scheme and steal from tourists. However, many Indians feel this is a misrepresentation of India. As mentioned in the article Slumdog Millionaire, a hollow message of social justice, Mita Sengupta writes, the film's real problem is that it grossly minimizes the capabilities and even the basic humanity of those it so piously claims to speak for. The film's depiction of the legendary Dharavi, which is home to some 1 million people, is that of a feral wasteland with little evidence of order, community, or compassion. Other than the children, the slumdogs, no one is even remotely well-intentioned. Hustlers, thieves, and petty warlords run amok, and even Jamal's schoolteacher, a thin, bespectacled man who introduces him to the Three Musketeers, is inexplicably callous. This is a place of evil and decay, of a raw, chaotic tribalism, and it's clear to see why some people would view Slumdog Millionaire as a derogatory towards India, as Boyle is an outsider trying to represent a culture that is not his.
Boyle may have chosen to use the Indian stereotypes to his own advantage, so the Western audience can follow this misrepresentation of India. These films use cinema to showcase poverty through a visual way and react to the social movement of it. In Film Manifestos and Global Cinema Cultures, a critical anthology by Scott Mackenzie, page 129, Mackenzie quotes, in fact, it is not simply a question of choosing the theme of poverty, but of going on to explore and analyse the poverty. What one needs is more and more knowledge, precise and simple, of human needs and the motives governing them. This quote relates to both the films because they do not focus on pitying people with the different circumstances, but instead highlights the empowerment of characters and connects audiences with the theme of hope.
There is a strong sense of community within both the films. In Slumdog Millionaire, there is the small community of Jamal, Atika, and Salim. The narrative throughout follows Jamal and how his friendship with the others change. Whereas in Wasteland, it is about the community of waste pickers and how Vic joins that community to try and help benefit them. In Slumdog Millionaire, the community is at a full circle when Jamal and Salim find Atika. Jamal demands for them to let her in and help her out. The majority of audiences can most likely relate to defending for each other. There's little communities throughout Slumdog Millionaire. The whole film is about Jamal's constantly changing community. In reading Slumdog Millionaire Across Cultures by Rebecca Stevens Duncan, she makes the point, applied to Slumdog, the Western notion of Eden might be replaced by the boy's carefree childhood in the slums, which would suggest that both Western and Eastern cultures both have a little community where children can run free. Whereas in Wasteland, the waste pickers are a community. Like in this clip where the mother is talking about how she wants to feed her children, this is transnational because all mothers want the best for their children. Slumdog Millionaire was created by multiple countries that provided the locations, funding, cast and crew, production, and the story of the film. Considering that it's set in India, filmmakers from different nations such as the United Kingdom, North America, and France have all connected into the making of it. Many production companies, including Fox Searchlight Pictures, Celador Films, and Film 4, came together to help produce the British director Danny Boyle's portrayal of the story. Wasteland also has some transnational benefits behind the film of it, such as the cast and crew, production, distribution, locations, and funding. It is mainly focused and set in Brazil, but nations such as the United Kingdom are prominent into the creation of the film, as it offers a chance due to the different circumstances. Production companies such as O2 Films, Intelligent Media, and Amiga Projects connected together to make the film possible. Even the music used in both the films are transnational, such as the artist MIA, who provides the majority of the sound in Slumdog Millionaire, even though she has a British. Moby provides a good portion of the soundtrack that's used in Wasteland, even though he has American origins. Chance is an important recurring theme in both films. In Wasteland, the waste pickers are given a chance by Vic to experience a new lifestyle that they've been neglected from. Vic was given the chance to establish his career after being shot by an American who gave him money for insurance. He then used that money to fuel start his career as a professional photographer. Chance has a big influence in both of these films because without Chance, both these films would lose their inspirational message which unites other countries by allowing them to aspire for a better life. We as an audience can watch the characters' narrative stories and see how time and commitment pay off, which is really empowering for audiences to see. Vic has a positive impact on these people's lives. When challenged by his wife about it, as we see in this clip, Vic inspires the waste pickers into a better future for themselves and their families and show the people that is possible with the right resources. This is a transnational theme as helping people all over the world into progressing and having a better future is vital, otherwise people will never have the chance to change their lives for the better. The people in Wasteland lives have been changed forever. They have become aware of the importance of transnationalism and the chance to improve their lives by simply working together. They have become aware of their social power and how the stories and voices can impact and reach out to others. This has inspired others to become socially aware of different areas around the world and how to make an impact or help if necessary. In Slumdog Millionaire, the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire gives Jamal the chance to appear on the show. Jamal uses this chance to his advantage in order to find the girl he loves, Latika. This connects us to Jamal's character as he shows courage, bravery, and passion for his desire to find his love, which is the transnational aspect that's relatable to audiences all over the world.
Jamal is upside down, which could imply that he's unfamiliar and uncomfortable with a situation where he's being personally targeted. Half the screen is black, and the other half of the screen is full of light, which could imply that although he was seen in the dark of what's going to next, the light shows and intentions are good and humble. When the host of the show walks into the scene, the audience is shown him knocking on the bathroom door, walking past two security guards, which suggests that the host has the power and the authority.
In conclusion, after researching into transnational cinema, the main priority is uniting people across the globe. The recurring themes in transnational cinema happen in both Slumdog Millionaire and in Wasteland, although two completely different films, as one is fiction and the other one is documentary. The two films can be linked to each other and can be used to unite audiences to share common human beliefs in order to show the audiences the differences and similarities between everyone in different nations. Although we may live in completely different conditions, we still have the same hopes, dreams, and fears. The display of chance, community, and connecting are very important topics in both films as they unite audiences and raise awareness.